Welcome back, marketers. Today we are covering best practices for how to get more newsletter subscribers.
Kudos to you.
If you've watched my videos before, you know I love email marketing. It is literally the only place where you own your subscribers and you own your list. Everywhere else, the platform owns them and they could kick you off and you lose them all tomorrow. However, email marketing has been more competitive. It's been harder with the changes that they've made in iOS updates and also in segmenting out the different folders. So we really want to figure out how can we make the most of our time and our effort with our email marketing in order to grow our list and convert and delight our list. I'm Amy Walker and I help entrepreneurs just like you be able to create predictable, consistent sales through their organic marketing and their scalable sales strategies. So, email marketing. I want you to have a big list, healthy list, full of your ideal clients. And I also want you to have a strategy in place from the initial attraction onto the list all the way through to the conversion of the list. So today we're going to go through the step-by-step guide for how to attract new subscribers, how to keep them engaged once they get there, what to do if they're not engaged. And I'm also going to give you my strategy that I use to make sure that all of my subscribers and followers across all of my platforms are being driven towards my email list. Because again, only place where I own my connections.
Come on.
So grab a whiteboard, grab a pen and a paper, but we're going to really start mapping this out. This video is going to be like a planning session. So I encourage you to stay fully involved because when we get done, you're going to actually have a written email marketing plan in place, ready to implement. As we go through and map out your email marketing plan, we're going to be using the analogy of a house party. Okay. Very first way this comes into play is that what you call it matters. If I say I'm having a meeting versus I say I'm having a party versus I say I'm having a social versus I say I'm having a soiree, right? Like it matters. They all conjure up different images inside of our mind. And I'm just going to be really honest with you here. Nobody wants to be on your newsletter. They don't. They do not want to be a newsletter subscriber. So if you're calling it a newsletter, if you're asking for them to subscribe to your newsletter, you're going to struggle. What we want to do instead is we want to position it so that it's something that's valuable, that they feel like, yes, I want to be involved in this. So it could be like weekly business tips. It could be sign up for daily motivation. It could be click here for recipes, tips, and freebies. But we want to have something that sounds like fun, sparkly, cool, unique. Gotta start there.
Yes, I like it.
So on your little map, go ahead and write down some ideas for what you want to actually call this. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to define the value that they are going to get when they come into our list. Why do they want to be there? That's kind of important. I want you to think about this again in terms of the house party. Is this an event that people would want to hang out in? Or is it like super lame, the food is bad, no one's there, and they are playing Weird Al Yankovic on loop? Okay, that is not a place where everybody wants to hang out. So you've got to look at it and be honest. Would I want to subscribe to my own list? What am I giving them that is valuable? So I want you to think through the different ways that you can add value. On my subscriber list, although we do not call it that literally anywhere, they get a weekly business article. I connect them with free trainings and opportunities, and I will give recommendations and reviews on resources that are good for their business. So that's what they get when they join my subscriber list. I also recommend that you allow your subscribers to segment themselves. So my subscribers can say, I only want the weekly business article, or I want both the promotions and reviews and the business article. When you let them segment themselves, they'll be happier, they stay longer, and they're actually more engaged users.
How do you sell them? To who?
So the next tip is that for this house party, we do have to clean house, okay? Nobody wants to come into like a dirty, funky, smelly old place. And if you have a lot of unengaged users on your list, it actually affects your email deliverability rate. So the more that people don't open your messages, The more that the email servers are like, nobody likes this content and we better put it into the promotions folder or the updates folder, or just your deliverability rate is going to go down. So once a quarter, I scrub the bottom of my list. I did not know this early on in business, so I just thought my list is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I remember being so proud of myself when my list was at like 25,000, until I actually realized that I was actually half of that in terms of engaged users. So I scrub that list once a quarter. It will also save you money because you have to pay for the number of subscribers that you have in your system, right? And if you are paying for 25,000, but only 10,000 of them are really getting your emails, that's just a waste of money. If you really want to pack the house with a house party, you want to let people invite other people, because I might only know 15 friends, but if each of those 15 friends then shared it with 3 other really cool people, we'd have a lot of people at our party. So I want you to make your content shareable. How do we make content shareable? Number 1, you can put in links in there where they can share directly to Facebook, directly to Twitter, directly to LinkedIn, whatever, you can have those direct share links. Number 2, ask people to share it. When I read a great article, I don't necessarily think I should share this on my social media. But if I liked the article and they say, we'd love if you would share this, and then I'll be like, oh, easy, there's a share button right there. And the third thing is, make sure that your content is good and it doesn't feel like a waste of time. The biggest problem I see with the content that comes through my inbox and that I see my clients attempting to send out is it's way too long. And it looks like I'm going to have to read a novel. You have a couple of seconds for people to decide if they're going to read your article or not. And whatever you're sending out in our newsletter, it better be short and concise. It better have bold section headers. It better have bullet points, and it better be skimmable, because that is how people engage with your content. They skim it, they do not read it.
Holy crap!
If this is helpful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and push that bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. And if you're liking it, hit the like button. No harm in that. Okay, so I just mentally counted, and my house actually has 6 doors to get inside the house. In your business, I want you to have more than 1 door to get inside the house. And it is actually kind of nice when we do have parties, because people can kind of like wander and they can go, hang out on the front porch or the back, or, wherever they want to go. So I want you to have accessibility, multiple different doors where people can come in, because not everybody is going to be interested in the same door. So I want you to look at who your audience is, and I want you to figure out what are the things that they need the most, the things that would make their life easier. And this is how we are going to create our freebies. I'm going to be totally honest with you. The number of people that are going to go to your website and that are going to click subscribe to your newsletter is ridiculously small compared to the number of people who say, oh yeah, I want that free thing, sign me up. Your subscribers are going to come through your freemiums and through your social media way more than actually through your website. Why? Because that's where the visibility is. And the visibility on your website is lower. So unless you're running paid ads to your website, or unless you're doing paid SEO, your traffic and your visibility is probably going to be on your social media sites. So let me show you what ours are. So number 1, we have our Ultimate Marketing Calendar. That is a tool that allows people to be able to track how many, what their sales goal is, and then it tells them how many leads they have. Then they can track all the things they're doing for marketing, and they can see which ones are performing the best. It tracks the ROI, and then they can actually plan out 3 months in advance. They can go farther if they want to. But that's the tool, and it comes with a little training video. So that is great for people who are I just need to know how to get my marketing organized. Okay, then we have our Sales and Marketing GPS. This tool analyzes, they do a survey and they answer questions to assess where they're at with their sales and marketing, and then we customize an improvement plan for them. It's 8 pages. So that's really good for people who are Ultimate Marketing Calendar is my mind's on marketing. Sales and Marketing GPS, their mind is on both, and they want both of those things together in one place. The next one we have, I'm sure you can guess, is Sales Only. So this is the I'm Not a Salesperson sales book. Sell like a natural even if you're not. If someone comes to us and they're like, No, I didn't want a cookout and a pool party. I just wanted some barbecue. By the way, I live in the South, so I'm not talking about hot dogs on a grill. So if that's what they wanted, then they can just get that. And so we have another door there. Our fourth door is event registration, and this is probably the most popular of ours. We do a lot of online conferences, and this is where a lot of people will register for a specific online conference. So that brings in the highest volume of people. And then our last door is our Facebook group. Did you know that you could use your Facebook group as a way to lead people into your newsletter? You absolutely can. So when they join, you can ask them for their email address, and you can offer to send them something for free. Now, you can't just take their email address and add it without permission. That's breaking the spam rules. But what you can do is you can ask if they want to opt in to one of your other doors, and then you can add them to the list that way. Now, if I had all these doors to my house, but there was not any paths in order to get there, people are not likely to use them. So we do need to create paths to each one of our doors. That is the visibility. So let's talk about how you now get visibility on it. You could talk about them inside of your YouTube videos. You can have a link tree in Instagram, and you could put the link on your TikTok. You could talk about it in social media and then have a link to click below. You could reference these stores in your blog posts. You could pay for ads to drive traffic to them. There's a lot of ways that you can get traffic to it, but you have to create the path. You have to send people through. Otherwise, you'll have like the world's greatest asset and nobody actually converting because of it.
Really?
So normally in my videos, I kind of mention like one of our different free tools that we have. I'll put links below to all of them since we kind of mentioned all of them today. If there's anything that we can help you with, we would love to support you in that way. All right, so we talked about best practices to get more newsletter subscribers in this video. I have another video that I made. It's an oldie but goodie, and the information is still super relevant. It's called Email Marketing Strategies 2020. Dominate your biz with emails that get read. I have another video that I want you to go watch. It's an oldie but goodie. It's called Email Marketing Strategies 2020. Dominate your biz with emails that get read. Go check it out.